It was all quiet in the bus garage, and the city buses were sleeping peacefully. Suddenly, there was a whoosh, a cry, a crash, and a yowl, and a cloud of dust. The buses, all awake by now, turned on their headlights. There, in the middle of the yard, they saw a heap of clothes, a broomstick, and a black and white cat. Meow. Like all cats, he had landed on his feet. "At this rate, Heckerty," said Zanzibar, "9 lives won't be enough." I lay on the ground and groaned. Everything hurt, especially my leg. Somehow, it didn't look right, and it certainly didn't feel very good. Actually, the rest of me didn't feel very good either. I groaned again and again. A blue bus appeared on the scene with 3 of his friends. "Are you all right?" he asked. I looked up. "A talking bus?" I asked back. This was very confusing. "We all talk," said the buses together. "Talking buses," I muttered. My eyes rolled, and I must have fainted. The blue bus, Tayo, was concerned. "We need to get help." "Hannah," Tayo called, "someone needs fixing." Hannah picked up her phone as she walked towards them. She looked at Tayo and his friends. "I know who to call," she said. "Let's get Alice and Frank." "Good idea," said Tayo. As I came round, I heard sirens. Then an ambulance and a fire truck raced up, their lights flashing and their sirens wailing. "What's wrong?" said the ambulance, who I later discovered was Alice. "This person fainted," said Tayo, "and she looks awful." "Indeed," said Alice. "She looks really sick. Look how green she is." I noticed that Zanzibar was grinning. "She's all right," he said. "Her face is always green. Everyone knows she's Heckerty, the green-faced witch." "Okay," said Alice. "But I still think she needs checking." "Yes, of course," said Zanz, laughing. "But this is normal for her." Tayo approached me. I was still on the ground and trying to stand up. "Are you okay?" he asked. "Who are you? Why were you flying? What were you flying on? Why are you here? And why is your face green?" I was annoyed. "I'm fine," I snapped. "I was flying on my broomstick. That's what witches do." Tayo still looked puzzled. So I explained again. "I'm Heckerty. I'm a witch, and I have a cat called Zanzibar. He's over there. Zanzibar's supposed to have 9 lives, but he thinks I'm reducing the number of lives he has left because I crash into things so often." I looked more carefully at Tayo. "You're a talking bus," I said. "How come? Who are you? Why are you blue? And where am I?" By now, Alice was ready to put me in the ambulance. Once my stretcher was loaded on board, Zanzibar hopped in and closed the door. "Let's go with them," Tayo said. "Lani, Gani, Rogi, let's all go together." "Yes," said the other 3 buses. And they all got in line behind Alice and followed her to the hospital. When we arrived, I stood up and tried to walk out of the ambulance. Zanzibar at my side. "No," said Alice. "You have to wait for the doctors to come and look at you." "No," I said stubbornly. "No doctors, no nurses, no hospital. I don't need them." Tayo was not convinced. "Honestly, Heckerty, I think you should." "No," I said again. "No doctors, no hospitals, no, 1,000 times no. Now, where's my broomstick?" "Your what?" asked Tayo. "My broomstick," I said. "The one I flew in on. I couldn't see my broomstick anywhere. What was happening? And without my broomstick, how could I get home?" Tayo looked puzzled. "I don't understand. Don't you need an engine? Fuel? How fast can you go? And what do you sit on? Do you have seats? Why weren't you wearing a seatbelt?" But before I could answer, a tall person in a white coat appeared. She spoke to Hannah, and then I was whisked inside while Tayo and his friends waited patiently outside. The woman had a funny name written on her white coat. It said, "I Fuss a Lot." I wondered if that was her name or how she behaved. Nurse Fuss a Lot stuck an instrument in my ear, waited for a beeping sound, and looked at the result. She looked again, and then looked a third time, and then she screamed. A small, round doctor appeared.
"Nurse Irene,"
he commanded.
"Stop that noise, whatever is the matter."
Nurse Irene, so that's what the I stood for, stared at me. Then she said, "It's her temperature. Doctor, it says here." And she looked at the instrument. "But her temperature is 409.
"That's ridiculous,"
said the doctor.
"There must be a mistake. Give it to me."
No, I said. "It's absolutely normal. Everybody knows that a witch's temperature is the same as her age."
"Which?"
exclaimed the doctor. Which witch is that?" "Me," I said. "I'm Heckerty. I'm 409 years old, so my temperature is normal at 409. And my face is green because I made a mistake with a spell many years ago. It's not because I'm ill."
"I'm confused,"
said the small round doctor.
"So why are you here?"
he asked. "Because I crash-landed in the bus garage," I said. And before he could ask any more questions, I added quickly, "And my leg hurts." The doctor sent me for an X-ray, and soon he had a big black X-ray picture in his hand. The bone in my leg was clearly broken.
"Do a witch's bones heal quickly?"
asked the doctor.
"We've never had a witch here, so I don't know."
"If I use the right spell, it should mend in a day or two," I told him. "Maybe faster if I know what to fix."
"1 day? That's amazing,"
he said.
"For people, it can take 2 months or more. So I'll set the leg and bandage it so it heals properly. That way, you can make your spell, and you should be as good as new tomorrow."
I hoped he was right. Love from Heckerty. Now visit Tayo and his friends.